Hey warriors, hello there. Today I want to share a story with you. There's a moment before dawn when the world still sleeps, when the air hangs quietly, and the day hasn't yet demanded your attention. In that fragile stillness, everything feels possible. A blank canvas waiting for your first brushstroke. Most people rush through life without noticing these moments. They wake, scroll, react, forgetting that each sunrise is a chance to begin again. But you're different. Something inside you is stirring. A subtle spark, whispering that the life you've been dreaming of, the clarity and focus you've longed for, are not just wishes. They are waiting for action. Transformation doesn't demand monumental leaps. It begins with small, deliberate steps, ordinary acts taken with extraordinary intention. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That strength, the kind that changes everything, is yours. Every morning, every choice, every habit shapes the story of your life. Over the next week, 5 simple habits will guide you to a quieter mind, sharper focus, and a presence you may have forgotten existed. Epictetus reminds us, no man is free who is not master of himself. Freedom begins within. Discipline, awareness, intention, these are the tools. Take a deep breath, feel it settle in your chest. And let's begin. The first habit begins with owning the morning. The sun doesn't negotiate. It rises every day without excuse, without hesitation, brushing the horizon in golden light. In that daily unwavering act, there's a lesson. Constancy breeds strength. The Stoics knew the morning held power because the mind is clearest, the will strongest. Before the world clamors for attention, Marcus Aurelius would rise before Rome stirred, preparing his mind for the chaos ahead. Whoever wins the morning, he knew, wins the day. But this isn't about an alarm clock. It's about intention, choosing to dictate the terms of your day, instead of letting the day dictate them to you. Every time you hit snooze, you surrender power. Every 5 minutes of comfort you indulge in is a statement. Comfort over commitment, ease over evolution. Seneca warned of wasted time. We act as if we're going to live forever, wasting hours like we have an infinite supply. Every sunrise you sleep through is a moment lost forever. Here's how it looks in practice. Set your alarm 30 minutes earlier than usual. When it rings, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. Don't negotiate, stand, breathe, stretch, drink water. Look out a window. Feel the first light touch your skin and say to yourself, I am here, I am alive, I have today. The first hour sets the tone for the next 23. Start with intention and your day becomes a creation, not a reaction. After a few mornings, something subtle but profound happens. You wake naturally, sharper, alive with time that feels expansive. You notice clarity where there was fog, space where there was chaos. The world hasn't changed, but you have. And that is everything. The second habit is reflection. Every evening there is a version of you that exists beneath the noise, beneath notifications, obligations, the endless scroll. That version is wise. It knows what matters. The Stoics had a non-negotiable practice. They would sit quietly and review their day, extracting wisdom, not judgment. Seneca would ask, what vice did I resist today? How am I better? He didn't ask about money, fame, or likes. He asked about character, about growth. 30 minutes of reflection creates space between experience and reaction. It allows life to be metabolized into wisdom. Without it, you are collecting moments without meaning, moving through days like a series of unconnected episodes. Begin with questions. What challenged me? How did I respond? Was it aligned with who I want to be? What did I learn? What am I grateful for? Write, sit, think, pray. Whatever brings your inner voice into focus. At first, the mind resists. It will call this boring, unnecessary. That is normal. Push through. Around the 4th or 5th day, something shifts. You begin to notice patterns, recognize reactions, catch yourself before reactive words escape, before mindless scrolling consumes you. Reflection turns up the volume on your inner guidance. Life stops happening to you and starts happening for you. Obstacles become lessons, failures feedback, pain a tuition for wisdom. Epictetus taught that we must listen twice as much as we speak. But I'll tell you this, reflection is how you listen to yourself. The third habit awakens the body. Movement, sweat, physical challenge, it's not punishment. It's reclaiming the temple of your being. The Stoics understood that mind and body are inseparable. Marcus Aurelius wrestled, boxed, practiced not for vanity but to cultivate resilience. Seneca walked, endured cold baths, proving that voluntary discomfort strengthens the spirit. Every drop of sweat is a lesson. I am stronger than I think. Forget Instagram fitness. Forget aesthetic goals. Movement is remembering what you're capable of. It releases energy trapped in anxiety, grief, and frustration. 30 minutes a day. Run, dance, lift, swim, jump, sweat. At first, your body protests. That is fear speaking, not truth. You will feel resistance. Push through. Consistency builds the habit, and in the process, identity shifts. You are no longer someone who should move. You are someone who does. Movement clears mental fog, sharpens thought, stabilizes mood, and rebuilds pride. The quiet kind that whispers, I showed up for myself when it mattered. Sweat is proof. Evidence that discipline is possible, that growth is earned, that life can be fully lived in your body. The fourth habit is a digital detox. There is a thief in your pocket. It steals your attention, your presence, your ability to be alive. Your phone is the distraction, engineered for addiction, capturing hours that could be spent creating, connecting, or simply existing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. It is the only place where life actually happens. 2 to 3 hours a day, disconnect. No social media, no email, no screens. Just you present, engaged with the real world." At first, withdrawal hits. Phantom vibrations, the urge to scroll. That is your mind detoxing, learning that attention is yours to choose. During these hours, read a book, write, cook, walk, sit in silence, look at the sky, feel life. Within days, the mind clears, reaction slow, focus strengthens. By the week's end, the world feels sharper, calmer, more immediate. You rediscover what it is to be human. Finally, the evening preparation. Each morning is a battlefield, and preparation is your strategy. The Stoics knew, planning tonight creates victory tomorrow. Seneca wrote, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." To live immediately is not to act randomly, it is to prepare deliberately. Each night, 15 to 20 minutes. Identify the 3 most important things for tomorrow. Anticipate obstacles. Prepare responses. Arrange your environment. Lay out clothes, clean the desk, set the water bottle. Specificity removes ambiguity. Focus your energy when it is strongest, save minor tasks for when energy dips. You control what is in your power, the rest is external. Within 3 days, mornings transform. You execute, you don't drift. By day 7, momentum grows. Small, consistent, deliberate action compounds into clarity, control, and accomplishment. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Preparation turns chance into choice." Here we are, warriors. 5 habits, 7 days, 1 choice. You could scroll, drift, stay in the familiar. Or you could rise with intention, reflect with honesty, move with purpose, reclaim your attention, and prepare with clarity. The Stoics wrote philosophy for living, for real people in real struggles. Wisdom without action is noise. Inspiration without implementation is empty. Start today, not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect. Right now, claim your moment. Marcus Aurelius reminds you, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Take a deep breath, reflect on this story, and let it guide your next step. Type it, say it, feel it. I rise. I reflect, I move. I reclaim. I prepare. I start now, your life is waiting. Go meet it. The sky is a muted canvas, streaks of violet and gold brushing against the quiet morning. The city is just stirring. A lone figure moves through the streets, each step deliberate, each breath grounding him in the moment. You feel it too, don't you? That quiet tension, the tug of yesterday's worries still lingering in your chest. But today is different. You've made a choice. A small, ordinary choice that carries extraordinary weight. Your body remembers it first. The rise before dawn, the cold water rushing over your skin, the stretch that wakes every muscle as if whispering, "You are alive, you are here." And then your mind follows. Clarity blooms in the space where distraction used to reign. For a moment you are free. Not free from responsibility, not free from challenge, but free from the chaos of reaction. You are present, fully unmistakably present. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And this is exactly it. Right here in the rhythm of your breath, the pulse of your heartbeat, the steady rise of the sun, you reclaim the power you thought the world had stolen. Every morning is a battleground, and each small victory over the snooze button, over the pull of distraction is a triumph of will. By the third day, you notice something subtle. Your thoughts are quieter. The noise doesn't vanish, but it shifts. Where before you were swept along by impulses, now there is a pause, a space to choose. That pause is your armor. Seneca wrote about the fleeting nature of time, about the tragedy of wasted hours. And here you are, shaping them deliberately. A simple habit repeated compounds into resilience, into self-trust, into freedom, and then comes the reflection. The quiet evening, the candle flickering on your desk, a notebook open before you. 30 minutes, just you and the day. You ask the questions that matter. What challenged me today? How did I respond? Did I honor myself in my choices? And with each answer, each honest observation, you weave a tapestry of wisdom from the raw material of experience. The mistakes are no longer weight. They are guideposts pointing to the person you are becoming. Your body, too, joins the dialogue. Sweat on your skin, lungs expanding, muscles burning, and you remember that endurance is not just physical. Every push, every step, every deliberate movement teaches the mind that discomfort is temporary, that persistence is powerful. You begin to move differently, not for vanity, not for applause, but to honor the vessel that carries your life, to honor yourself. The digital world, once so insistent, now falls silent. 2 hours, 3 hours. Gone from your grasp, yet strangely your life feels fuller. You notice the texture of air on your skin, the warmth of sunlight through the window, the quiet laughter of someone passing by. Your attention is yours again, untangled from the ceaseless scroll, reclaimed for what is real. Epictetus would nod. Focus only on what is within your control, he would say. And now you are practicing it. Finally, the evening closes with preparation. Your tomorrow mapped before it begins. 3 intentions, anticipated obstacles, strategies to overcome them. Your workspace arranged, your body ready, your mind unburdened. Tomorrow's battle is already won because you have been deliberate, disciplined, awake. Seneca reminds us that luck meets preparation, and here you are, prepared. 1 week passes. 7 mornings, 7 reflections, 7 sessions of sweat, 7 hours disconnected, 7 nights of planning. A rhythm is established, a subtle transformation. You notice it in your posture, your attention, the steadiness in your voice, the depth of your patience. You notice it in the quiet moments, the decisions you make without hesitation, the clarity with which you move through the world. And in that quiet, you realize something. Transformation doesn't announce itself with fireworks. It whispers. It shows up in the spaces between chaos and calm, in the moments where you choose presence over distraction, action over passivity, discipline over comfort. It shows up in you, right here, right now. Take a deep breath. Let this sink in. The sunrise waits for no one, and neither does your life. 1 week, 1 choice, 1 moment at a time. Stand up, step forward, and commit to the life that has been waiting for you all along. Night falls softly, a deep indigo stretching across the sky, dotted with distant stars that seem to pulse with quiet patience. The city hums below, lights twinkling in rhythm with the heartbeat of countless lives, each chasing something, yet not all pausing to feel it. You, though, you have paused. You have seen. You have acted. 7 days have passed, and with them something subtle but undeniable has shifted. It is not a sudden eruption, not a dramatic transformation, but a quiet awakening. You notice it in the way your mornings feel lighter, how your mind no longer stumbles into chaos at the first alarm, how your body responds with strength and ease, how your breath flows steadier, how your thoughts carry intention instead of noise. Even your reflections, the moments you once thought small or tedious, now ripple through your days, shaping decisions, softening reactions, guiding your hand and heart. Marcus Aurelius whispered through time, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." And here you are, no longer waiting for perfect conditions, no longer wishing for circumstances to align. You are embodying what it means to act with purpose, to live deliberately. You recall the sweat, the ache, the early mornings where every fiber of your being resisted, yet each moment of resistance became a brick in the foundation of resilience. Seneca's wisdom echoes. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. You faced your imagined discomfort and discovered it was lighter than fear had painted. You reclaimed control over your body, your mind, your attention, your day. The digital silence you once feared now feels like a gift. Those hours away from screens were not emptiness, they were presence. Presence in conversation, presence in thought, presence in the small but profound details. The way wind curls through trees, the quiet laughter of a neighbor, the subtle warmth of sunlight on your skin. You have learned that distraction is voluntary, that attention is a treasure, and that the richest experiences exist outside the glow of a screen. And now, you prepare your tomorrow tonight. The three intentions, the anticipated obstacles, the careful mapping of effort and focus, they are no longer a task, but a ritual. The night no longer holds uncertainty or anxiety, but clarity, control, and calm. You rest with the satisfaction that comes from readiness, the peace that follows discipline, the quiet thrill of being your own guide. Step back for a moment. Look at the life you have begun to shape. 1 week, 5 habits, countless small choices, yet the impact is profound. The shift is internal, but it radiates outward. Your energy changes. Your focus sharpens. Your calm is no longer fragile. It is a steady current, unshaken by circumstance. The world continues its chaos, but you are no longer a leaf tossed by wind. You are the river, moving with intention, carving your path, responding with power and patience. Take one final deep breath. Feel it fill your chest, expand your mind, steady your soul. You have proven something fundamental, that transformation is not a gift. It is a choice. And each choice compounds, each moment of discipline a declaration. I am stronger. I am present. I am capable. I am alive. So, warriors, this is where your journey begins, not with the world, but with you. The sun will rise again tomorrow, as it always does. And when it does, you will rise with it. Not because life demands it, but because you choose it. You will act not out of habit alone, but out of purpose, out of clarity, out of the quiet mastery that comes from knowing yourself. And here, in the stillness of your own becoming, remember this. It is not the dramatic gestures that define a life, but the steady, intentional, uncompromising choices we make in moments unseen. 7 days was enough to start. Now it is up to you to continue. Let your mornings be sacred, your reflections honest, your movement vigorous, your attention guarded, your evenings purposeful. Type it in the comments. Declare it to yourself and to the world. I rise, I focus, I act, I prepare, I am alive. Let this story be your guide, your quiet spark, your invitation to live deliberately, fully, and courageously. Your life is waiting, not tomorrow, not next week, not when the conditions are perfect. Now, here, this moment. Breathe, reflect, stand, step forward, and remember, transformation isn't a one-time event. It is the life you create with each choice, each action, each conscious breath.